Adam, thank you very much for taking over on transfer deadline day. You've left your notes. Jim White wasted money. My thoughts, dominoes in a few hours. Where's mine? That's what I want to know. What a load of rubbish. Now, let's get serious. David Moyes, has he run out of time? Football fans all over the globe are talking about this issue right now, and we're going to as well. Let's get the debate going. We're not here to say we want to get rid of David Moyes. We just want to discuss the pros and cons. We'll start with the reasons he should stay. We've been speaking about this all morning, and quite frankly, there aren't many, especially if you take emotion out of the equation. There's not a lot of evidence to suggest David Moyes should still have a job. Now, here we go. Alex Ferguson told us to stand by our new manager. It's in our history that we stick by people. We're a very loyal club. He has got the best out of Wayne Rooney, no question about it. He was left with a squad that we all know needed work, and it's going to take time to improve the squad. Maybe he hasn't had that time yet. He has had 2 transfer windows. Januzaj, if Fergie was here, would Januzaj be playing? Probably be on loan at Ipswich or somewhere. But he's playing spectacularly well. Wilfried Zaha, Solskjaer has said the player could be brilliant if he pulls his socks up. David Moyes noticed he wasn't working hard enough and he shipped him out. In 6 months, he might come back absolutely fantastic with a good work ethic because he's learnt from this lesson. Those are reasons why David Moyes should stay. Now, we also spoke about the reasons he should go, and this list, we're afraid to say, is a lot longer. And we're not trying to say, let's get rid of David Moyes. I want to reiterate that. We're just talking about reasons why he should or shouldn't stay or go. Now, reasons he should go. Results, obviously. Appalling. 5 losses in 8 games in 2014. And damning verdict of his time in charge of Manchester United is that Everton are 5 points above us. How has that happened? Martinez has taken the same squad, brought in players that Moyes could have brought in, and they're top of the, well, better than us anyway. 4th place is now just a ridiculous pipe dream. It's never going to happen. If we sack David Moyes now, though, bring in a new man, we've seen it at so many clubs, energy, poof, players come together and start performing. At the minute, everyone looks so bored and lethargic and just resigned to defeat. It used to be headline news if Manchester United were beaten. Now it's headline news if we win a game. So, oh, Moyes did all right, we actually won a match. As it is, we're just losing and going, oh, another loss. What a pity. It's madness that this is happening to Manchester United. The empire has totally crumbled. And clubs are looking at us and they're going, they're there for the taking. And David Moyes is coming out with things like, well, you know, we tried to make it hard for Newcastle at Old Trafford. Trying to make it hard for Newcastle at Old Trafford, which would be blowing them out of the park. We've got unbelievable talent, and he has yet to get the best out of those players. Not even close. The only one performing, really, David De Gea, Wayne Rooney, Januzaj. They're the only ones consistently performing. If we buy new players in the summer, they could be Marco Reus, Gundogan. Put them on the pitch. David Moyes probably won't get the best out of them. He's not doing it at the minute, so why will he with them? Also, our style of play is abysmal. All we're doing is going, get it down the wing, get in across. Get it down the wing, get in across. Great idea if you've got David Beckham. We do not have wingers that can pick out crosses. They just smash it into the box and hope someone gets on the end of it. Can anybody remember the last time one of our centre forwards got put one-on-one with a goalkeeper? We've had 1 assist from midfield of a ball played through the middle. It's just not happening. We're playing such horrible football, and the worst thing about it is we're not going, well, I tell you what, this tactic of sticking it down the wing, stick it in the box isn't working. Maybe we'll try something through the middle. We're just sticking with it. 24 games of start-stop results, nothing's improved because it's just sticking with that decision. And it's a nightmare, it's killing us. We're cutting our own throats. No elite club in world football would stick with their manager at this point just because they think that's the right thing to do. You've got to stick with the manager who wins you games. That's why Fergie had 26 years, because he improved the club from day one. And it took him 3 or 4 years to win a trophy, but guess what? He wasn't managing the champions of England. It's a totally different ballgame. That fact is so irrelevant to this scenario. It just means nothing. It's like saying, well, tomatoes are red, well, give David Moyes a bit more time. It's just irrelevant, doesn't make any sense. Mentality. It's a cliche, but Fergie time was an actual thing. We won games because we went hell for leather for those last 20 minutes. When was the last time that happened? And that's in their heads. It's the same players, but it gets to the last 20 minutes, and instead of going, hey boys, let's get at them, they're going, oh, we've lost this again. That's a pain, isn't it? And David Moyes' face is doing exactly that. He's not stood on the touch going, come on, he's going, oh, we've lost again. It's not ideal. That's what's happening. The only way to improve that and to lift the mood in the dressing room is to bring someone else in and blow the cobwebs away and say, guys, tell you what, you're all great. Let's go win some football matches. That's what we need to happen. Now, transfers. I'm not even going to discuss the summer because that was disgusting and I'll be physically sick all over this table. No one wants to see that. But January, we've got a whole transfer window and we've bought Mata, obviously an amazing footballer, but he doesn't necessarily address the problems we've got. We've got Januzaj and ROONEY, so we've got players that can back Van Persie up and give him the ball. What we don't have is someone to boss the midfield. And instead of going out there and buying someone better than Tom Cleverley, which quite frankly wouldn't be especially difficult, what we're saying is, tell you what, next summer, once we've come 9th, we might buy someone who's good. We'll only buy the best of the best. Well, guess what? Anybody is, not anybody, but most people are better than what we've currently got. You don't need to buy a world-class player to improve your team. You just have to buy better than what you've got. So if Tom Cleverley is a 5 out of 10 footballer, you go and buy someone who's a 6 out of 10. Then in the summer, you buy a 7. And then in the next window, you buy an 8. And guess what? Then you've got an incredible squad. And your reserve players are suddenly 6, 7 out of 10s. And your starting 11 are 8 and 9s. That is how you build a brilliant team. You don't go, well, we're going to stick with these ones that are useless until the opportunity comes along to buy a 10 out of 10. And we've been relegated. Brilliant. That makes no sense, and that's not how you build a squad. Urgh. Now, coaching, there's been loads of talk about this. My personal opinion is, if you go into a new management job, if you're a football manager, you're going to want people you know and people you trust, especially in a new environment. So I totally get why David Moyes brought in his own men. There's a lot of people that are criticising him for this, though, saying the people he brought in aren't winners, they don't know what it's like being at Manchester United, and that he should have stuck with Fergie's coaching staff. There's an argument for both sides, but the general consensus seems to be that what he's done is brought in people that weren't as good as the ones before, and so the team that helped us win the league is no longer there, and the players are now having to adjust to new sets of everything. Rather than just coping with a new manager, everything's changed, which changes the atmosphere again, and everyone's confused, and nothing's quite smooth. Nothing's running smooth. And also, it's very important we accept this, whether you like it or not. Manchester United is a business. Football is a business. The club is on the stock market. It's a PLC. In December, the value of Manchester United decreased by £250 million. I'm not a financial expert, but I'm pretty sure that's a lot of money. Imagine being David Moyes and being told, oh, by the way, last month, you decreased our value, £250 million. The Glazers are not football people, but they've got to be looking at it and going, well, that's not ideal. I'm not saying I back the Glazers and want them to go making rash decisions, but they've got to, because the club has to make money for us to be able to be successful. That's a fact. You want to spend £37 million on Mata, so do I. But we've got to make that money to be able to buy him. So we have to be successful. We need to be in the Champions League. If David Moyes comes 7th this year, when are we going to come next year? We're going to buy players. A player's going to want to come after doing well in the World Cup. They're the players we want, the ones that do well in the World Cup. Are they going to go, tell you where I'd like to go? Europa League. No, that's insane. So those are the arguments for and against David Moyes keeping / losing his job. As I say, we're not banging the drum for Moyes' head. We're just talking it over. We're going to have some opinions from some really hardcore, angry fans soon. Some will want him to stay. Some will want him to go. They might ask questions like, in what other world would a 72-year-old man on his retirement day pick his successor? And not just be told, no, thanks, it's all right, we got it from here. We'll pick someone, it'll be fine. Yeah. Now, let us know what you think. Write it down below. Comment, subscribe, like. Thank you.